What is up, party people? Welcome to this week's episode of Saturdays and Seltzers. We are doing a Saturdays and Spliffs episode where we take part in some legal activities because we live in Massachusetts, except for Tyler. And because we have 420 subscribers. Wow, this is already off to a good start. Subscribers on YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you are listening to us on Spotify, I don't know what you do on Spotify. Is it follow, whatever, something like that. But my name is Kendra Middleton, and I'm joined by Haley DeMello, my co-host, and Tyler, our producer. So welcome if you are new here. But as always, we are starting our show with our HLH, which is our high of the last week, low of the last week, and our hero of the last week, just to kind of catch up with each other since we are a weekly show. Also, if you see me looking in the corner, I am watching women's softball. So we love women's sports around here. Also a fun fact.
Who's playing?
Right now it's Notre Dame and Oregon. Notre Dame's up 1-0 in the bottom of the second. So I will update us as we go with that because we do love college softball. But Tyler, I'm back to starting with you this week. What's your high?
Well, great. I'm sure the people are thrilled. I have a video game for my high. College football is back. EA's college football is back. We're very excited. They are going to be giving players money for their likeness, is the big news from this week, which is fun. But it's coming next summer. So
I never thought I would see the day where we got this back, but now I have a new game to stream, and I've been having people ask me why I'm not on Twitch, but it's because there's no game right now.
I didn't realize you played it too. We should do one of those connected franchise modes.
Ooh, yeah, we should do that. Are you PlayStation or Xbox?
I'm PlayStation. That
you
may
would be a
PlayStation
guy.
I was an Xbox guy my entire life up until like 2 years ago.
You would be a PlayStation guy. You give PlayStation vibes. Cat guys, PlayStation. Dog guys, Xbox.
So true. So true, Bestie.
I can't
That
argue
is
with that.
my theory. That's my theory.
I can't argue with that.
No, that makes sense. I'm a dog person and I have an Xbox, so check out.
Xbox, dog. All right, Haley, how we doing? What's your high?
I'm good. My dog Jameson is kind of just like chilling. So if you see him in the background, that's him. He's just having a grand old time. If he keeps it up, I'm gonna probably have to get up and put him away. So if I disappear, that's where I went. But I'm good. My high is my aunts came over yesterday for a little cake and to see my new house that I live in. We moved like a couple months ago, so they came over to check it out. And they're big listeners of the pod. And they were
shout out
to my auntie Donna and Barb. They are awesome. And they were literally like referencing all your guys' takes. And I was like, how do you know all of that? Like literally they were like,
I don't even know all of my takes.
It was so funny.
Neither. I feel like I black out whenever we talk, and not from drinking. I just black out talking.
I just have that throughout the day periodically. I'll just open my eyes and I'm in a new place.
Tyler has never been cognizant.
No. I have the brain of a hamster.
Also, I forgot to say that if you're watching this on YouTube, yeah, I'm in a Buc-ee's onesie. I should probably take this thing off my head, but yeah. Anyways.
I love it.
Yeah, the Buc-ee's onesie. This is my mom bought me this, and I haven't worn it on the show yet. So I thought that I kind of needed to do it. So Buc-ee's onesie, that's why I'm dressed like a beaver. I'm not a furry, even though I own a lot of onesies that may give off other vibes. My high was that the FIFA World Cup brand launch across Canada, Mexico, and the US was yesterday. I was invited to the Boston one, so I went. It was super fun, cool event to be a part of. Got to see Robert Kraft and a lot of the local politicians talk about the World Cup and what it's going to bring to Boston, and that was super cool. I have some tea party from that later in the show that I'm going to talk about. But I have to say, as a whole, I am, like most people on the internet, pretty disappointed by the FIFA logos and brands for every city as a whole. There's a couple cities that crushed it, like a couple of the Mexican locations did. Miami did a good job. And then other cities just really fell short, and it felt like there was no kind of uniform brand idea, because some cities had their logo and colors with like a skyline. Other people just had like a color block option of it with nothing in the background. It just felt half-assed and rushed. And I don't know. I think that we as hosting nation along with Canada and Mexico, us and Canada in particular, obviously. We have such a big budget for this and we have so much that we can do with it. We have access to some of the best talent in the world, people who are willing to put their hands on this project and come together. And you have pretty much unlimited funds to make it happen. And the first thing to come out about it just kind of felt like a flop. I'm so excited for this World Cup. I have zero negativity towards it. I love the team that I think that the US is going to wind up having. And obviously, like the US, Canada, and Mexico are all going to automatically qualify. So we're going to get a game. We just obviously don't know where yet. So I'm excited about it. We're going to get a couple games, obviously, just because we're going to make the first round. But I don't know. It just kind of felt like a flop from the start. But I did have a really good time at the event and it was something cool to be a part of. So that was my long-winded high. Styler, low.
So the NBA draft lottery was this week, and I can't stand. I watched it probably for the first time ever. I don't know why I watched it. I was bored. There's nothing on TV. I'm very upset to find out they don't show them rolling the ping pong balls live.
Yeah, they don't.
That's ridiculous. What's the point of all this like production ESPN puts into the draft, into the lottery, if I'm just going to see him read who won, like a glorified Survivor? We don't even get to see the votes put in.
It feels like The Price is Right to me because they like push the button and the thing like pops up. So I just feel like I'm watching like a rigged version of The Price is Right.
Yeah, like they could rig that so easily if they don't show the actual drawing process. I want them to do the drawing process live.
Yeah,
like why not?
I think they should have to.
What are they losing from doing it behind the scenes?
Yeah. Do you prefer the NFL draft or like the lottery system?
I think I like the idea of a lottery system in theory, but I like the NFL draft more because I think it's more of an event in the NFL than it is in the NBA. It feels like because I feel like we know who pretty much is exactly the order of the like top, at least the first round. Yeah, we know that so far in advance in the NBA.
Yeah, it's true.
But I don't know. And then NHL too, it just doesn't feel the same. It's not nearly as big of an event.
Haley, do you have a thought?
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that the NFL draft is much more of a well-oiled production. I don't know if that's just because I've been to one, so I've seen it. And obviously when we saw it in Vegas, like I just thought the event overall was really well done. I think Vegas is the ideal place to have the draft. I think they should have it there every year. I've been saying that since we went. But yeah, I don't get the point of I guess I've never thought of it before, but it does seem kind of not only like weird, but also kind of sus that they don't show it live. Like,
I just think if they're going to make a point to have this big event and try to like get it as popular as maybe the NFL draft, why don't they do things live?
I like that it keeps it kind of fair. Like teams can't really tank and it's like you have better odds, obviously, if you're a worse team. Like I like that it kind of keeps it fair and it obviously keeps you, like I said, keeps people from tanking. And I think it prevents the super team situation to a degree. But unless I don't know.
You're Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I do think that it is sus that they don't show it. Also, Oregon just came back and scored 3 runs in the bottom of this inning, so that's fun. But yeah, I agree. I like the idea, like Tyler said, of the lottery. I just feel like I just don't know
how, like, if the NFL were to adopt something like that, I can't really see it working as well. Maybe I don't know. There's also just a lot more rounds in the NFL. I don't know how it would work.
Haley, low.
So my low is the PGA Championship is this weekend. That's not my low. It is a low that they're in Rochester. I don't know why they're there this early in the season. Just as someone that's from the Northeast, that seems like a rather dumb decision because it like just started getting warm.
It froze the other night.
They delayed the start yesterday because of it.
I'm going to go ahead and use that as my excuse for the actual low, which is that looks like my boy Ricky Fowler will not make the cut. Tyler and I have this inside joke that we are the biggest Ricky Fowler stans. And we were really hoping he would have a good showing. And so kind of bummed that he
Classic
went
Ricky.
+6. So not great.
Who are you guys kind of rooting for this weekend? I know that you guys love Scotty too.
Scotty's doing great. He's actually tied for second right now. So
I know.
I
pulling for him.
He just took the lead.
I love him. He just took the lead?
Yeah. I got it on here. I'm pulling.
Oh, yeah.
I guess technically I'm pulling for Colin Morikawa. I'm pulling for anybody other than Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, that's fair. You
Bryson is in the conversation. He's top 5 right now. He kind of fell off today. Thank God. But
are there any
anybody but Bryson DeChambeau? Are there any what?
Are there any good odds? Did you take anything?
I have Colin Morikawa at like plus 2,000 maybe. I can't even remember. I just kind of throw away onto him just to have something. I don't really love his chances.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna really need to buckle in for this one. So my low, I don't talk a ton about my dating life on this show, but this was so insane that I feel like I have to. So if you don't know, I recently decided to get back into the dating game and matched with this guy on Raya, right? And he asked me out on a date. We like confirmed the day and whatever. And he day of wound up not reaching out to me, not texting me at all for like a couple days ahead of time, and like ditched me. And then we had like plans for a Saturday, and on Sunday he texts me and he goes, "How was your weekend?" And like I was like, "It was good, whatever. Like, what did you wind up getting into on Saturday?" And he goes, "I had mushrooms with my housemates and went to MFA. Good, wholesome family fun." And so I was like, "Oh, word, you like ditched me to do mushrooms with the lads. Like, that's rad. I think I'm all set here." And he was like, like poor communication on my part, would like love to see you if you do. And I just kind of said, everyone knows that edibles are for the MFA and mushrooms are for the aquarium anyway. And he didn't text me back for like weeks. And so last night he texts me at 10:30 after my last message being what it was and us not speaking. And he goes, at 10:30 on a Thursday, mind you, goes, "Are you out and about tonight?" And I was just like, "Don't you dare booty call me at all after ditching me." Like, what? Like, I kind of like gave it to him a little bit and he got mad and tried to play the victim. And I just didn't text him back. And then today he goes, "That game of hockey didn't finish until 1 a.m. And I have not responded. I have not sure I have a plan to. I think I might just be a dick. I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast." But like, what? Haley's just shaking her head. I don't think Tyler has anything to say. Tyler knew that something happened, but he didn't know what happened until this moment.
It's just the saga continues. There's just so much lore behind this. Like,
yeah, we need to just have this be a weekly segment. An update on our favorites.
So wait, how toxic are we feeling? Like, should I just be mean to him or should I ghost him?
I feel like you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and I think that you're probably gonna say something sassy.
Yeah, I just want to bully him.
Like, I think you just want to bully.
Cyberbully the poor Australian man.
I think she is actually cyberbullying him,
dude. He's cyberbullying me.
We don't condone cyberbullying on this pod. The official stance of Saturdays and Seltzers, we do not condone cyberbullying. At the YouTube comment section.
That part.
Okay, so I should ghost him. I don't know. He's fucking with me though. Like, he straight up was like, "Yeah, I thought that doing mushrooms with my dudes would be cooler than hanging out with you."
I feel like the obvious next step here is just to get him on the podcast.
I kind of agree.
Wow. A little trial
action. Get our guy on this podcast. Trial by fire, yeah.
I don't think that he could show his face. That's the problem.
We can blur.
True.
I have
we can do like a dateline situation. Like,
yeah, and I'll alter his voice to like Batman.
Yeah.
Ooh, yo, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just like cyberbully him enough to come onto the podcast.
We could do a no face.
Maybe we shouldn't even like tell him. We should just
like a
call
radio
in.
Show situation.
Yeah.
But then like that's illegal and we could go to jail because you have to be like, this is on a recorded line.
We'll be like, "We're recording. Can I ask you some questions for a survey?"
But just because he was like, "Yeah, I've like had some drinks and I'm looking for like," oh, that's what he said. Hold on. Let me tell you guys how bad this was. He goes, "Are you out and about tonight?" And I said, "Are you booty calling me?" And he goes, "I just finished work drinks and was looking for something else to check out." And I said, "Something or someone, LOL."
Whoa.
What do you say to that? Anything?
He goes, "Your words,
Tyler's
not
just so invested. Tyler's like, well, what did he say?
He tried to play the victim that I was like bullying him for like drunkenly asking me to hang out after he blew me off for the lads. And then goes, that game of hockey didn't finish until 1 a.m. because he knew that I was watching the game. Like, what?
That game of hockey as a phrase is wild.
Well,
He is foreign.
Yeah, you've said he's a foreigner.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's my dating update that you didn't ask for. Tyler, what was your hero?
My hero. I had one. I just redid it because my original was kind of old news. Ben DiNucci officially signed with the Denver Broncos after his little tryout thing we talked about. What was it, a couple weeks ago? Last week? Something.
I think 2 weeks ago.
Our boy Ben DiNucci is officially
friend of the pod.
On the loose. Friend of the pod. He is on the loose. But my new one, I recently rewatched Robots from 2005. It's an animated cartoon. It is got the craziest cast in the world. It's got Ewan McGregor. Hold on, let me look up the actual cast.
I was gonna say, can you I don't even know who the first.
You've never seen Robot? Have you ever seen Robots 2005?
Tyler, absolutely fucking not.
It stars Ewan McGregor, Robin Williams. You don't know who Ewan McGregor is,
bro?
Kendra?
No.
It's Obi-Wan.
I know.
I have seen the last Star Wars one time.
First last Star Wars?
So it's like the first isn't it like they're like backwards or whatever? I'm sorry.
You've seen episode 6.
Sure.
Or have you seen she might mean episode.
I don't know if she's talking
when
about
there's like the baby and like he's like a little kid.
Baby Yoda?
Episode 1.
Baby Yoda is not in Star Wars. I know that.
She's seen episode 1 because she's talking about young Anakin.
Oh, yeah.
The little kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one.
But Robots 2005, phenomenal movie. I think it's severely underrated. So it's got Ewan McGregor, it's got Robin Williams, it's got Terry Bradshaw's in it for a little bit. Drew Carey, Jennifer Coolidge.
I knew every other name.
Hold on. There's more than that. Halle Berry's in there.
Tyler just tried to celebrity shame me so hard.
James Earl Jones.
If you've listened to this show for even a week, you know that Tyler is so outdated on pop culture and he just came for my throat.
That's not entirely true.
Drag him.
Off the top rope.
I'm just not that kind of. I'm a certain genre of pop culture. That's just
Jennifer Coolidge is a bussin' queen, as Anthony would say.
For sure, Tyler. You understand the Scandival lore, so that's
I do understand that lore. And I may be a Tom Sandoval guy.
You can't say that.
I might be a Tom Sandoval guy. He's a cartoon character. He's just a cartoon. And I'm there
the way he looks.
The way he looks, the way he acts, the way he talks, the way he communicates with others.
With a mustache.
He's like the definition of a cartoon character.
He's horrible.
I don't think you can say that.
He's living a cartoon life as a real person.
He thinks he's real either.
A fantasy life. Yeah.
All right. We're going off the rails.
Okay.
Haley, hero.
So my hero is I went to Starbucks yesterday with my dog Jameson, and we were in line for a very long time. And he had his head out the window. There was a car in front of us, and there was a puppy out the window of that car. And so they were like becoming pals. And then the driver of this car pulls out this 6-week-old maybe chocolate lab puppy and like puts it at the window so that we could see it. And it was like the cutest thing I've ever seen. So just shout out that guy. You totally made my day. Thanks for showing off your puppy in the very long Starbucks line. It was very much appreciated.
All right. Bitches love puppies.
Bitches love puppies.
And Xbox. I have that my hero is that I made a Celtics fan so mad at me the other day that he screamed at me in the streets, and it was awesome. I was walking home from the train station in my Larry Bird jersey after work, which we all know I'm not a Celtics fan. I just collect jerseys, and when I have to work a Celtics event, it is preferred that I'm in Celtics wear, and I love Larry Bird, okay? And you can like individual players, right? Okay, we all agree. Haley's rolling her eyes at me.
No, I just think it's funny.
This guy goes, "Go Celtics." And I was like, "Yeah, sorry, man." And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I'm just not from here." And he's like, "You're in a Larry Bird jersey." And I'm like, "Yeah, I like Larry Bird." And he's like, "Well, then you have to like the Celtics." And I was like, "But I don't." And I think that he thought that I was just like some girl who had no fucking idea. And he started literally screaming at me in the middle of the street over wearing a Larry Bird jersey. And it made my day. And I was just literally like cackling walking home. So yeah, I thought it was really funny. And then today, Amazon recommended me a purse that is quite literally a rubber chicken. And wait, Haley, have you not seen this?
No. Did you post it on your
I
I
saw it. It's amazing.
Oh, I didn't. Did you tweet it? I haven't been on Twitter at all today.
Haley, this thing. I'm showing it to you right now.
Oh.
I think that would fit all of my hot sauces.
Probably.
Yeah, honestly, I can kind of see you having that.
That's what everyone has said. Steve Hewitt, friend of the program,
shout out, friend of the pod,
slid in my DM on that story, and he goes, "I'm shocked you don't already own that," which is so true.
Are you going to purchase?
It is 37 doll hairs, so I wanted to. That's the thing. I feel like I could buy a dollar store rubber chicken, cut it in half, and throw some handles on it.
That won't fit all your hot sauces though.
That's true, but I do have baby hot sauces. Look, wait. Let's do a purse tour right now. Guarantee there's hot sauce.
What's in my purse? What's in my purse?
What's in the box?
Yes. Hot sauce right here.
What kind of hot sauce is that? That's a strange
homemade hot sauce.
Homemade hot sauce?
Wait, can you do the Kendra? Can you do
some homemade hot sauce?
I'll give a little licky lick.
Can you do the makeup guru? Like put your hand behind it.
No.
Oh yeah.
And show the camera.
Shawty's spicy.
Did you make the hot sauce yourself?
I did not. A restaurant did, and I am not gonna lie to you. Don't come for me.
Did you bring your own bottle and steal their hot sauce?
No.
I think you may have.
No.
Wait, did you really do that?
What did you do? Just sit at their table and like take the theirs and
so I asked for extra hot sauce because they make their own and acted like I was gonna put it on my food, and then I put it in my purse. Took it home.
I appreciate that you just brought your own bottle, though. I would have just stolen the whole bottle of their hot sauce. I've done that before.
No, dude, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm smoking weed and stealing hot sauce. I'm sorry, Mom.
And you're cyberbullying people.
Yeah, dude, my mom.
Oh, you are. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, fuck. All
right.
So, anyways, moving on. I'm so sorry, Deidre. Please don't kill me. Let's talk about the NHL. It is the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Let's talk a little chow.
Obviously, yeah. Let's talk some chow. The Panthers at Kane series was game 1 last night, and I have a lot of feelings, and none of them are. Haley, did you stay up for the whole game? Okay, I fell asleep.
And I'm very happy I did not.
Same. My first takeaway from this game, if you didn't watch this game, 4 overtimes. I'm gonna say that again. Quadruple overtime in a fucking hockey game. Imagine staying in the arena until 2 a.m. for your team to fucking lose.
Goal by Matt.
That is even worse to me.
Because all of our Boston listeners out there, if you're with me here, like, I woke up this morning, saw that he scored, and was like, I've never been so happy I didn't stay up for a game. And I would have been furious.
Well, so the thing is, it's Friday at 6:00, and I'm opening my second beverage, and it's probably the only other beverage I'm going to have all night. So judge me if you want. But yeah, okay. So my thing is, and you can disagree with me if you want to. This that was such a boring game, even though it went into quadruple overtime. It was so boring. I wasn't entertained at all. And even the game-ending goal by Kachuk wasn't even a sick goal. Like, it was like an upper right corner, cool, sick, whatever, fine. But it was just kind of like so fast, nothing sick happened, and I was just like, that's it. Like, I fell asleep around midnight. I want to say like triple overtime. And they should have just left the fucking goal with goalie interference going if the same fucking thing was going to happen. Script writers just wanted to mess with us and make us stay up till 2 a.m. to give them extra views, and they didn't want to run whatever programming they had after that game, and I'm going to die on that hill.
T. Yeah, coming off of like last show we talked about how I was being pulled from the Celtics game to watch the Canes play like incredibly fast, exciting playoff hockey. And it was very much not giving much of anything. I was honestly kind of bored. And the thing is I also, in the back of my mind, am constantly comparing it to tonight's game, which is literally, I am so excited for. Like, even though the Celtics are playing tonight, like I am so excited for this series. Like, I think it's gonna be so much more exciting than last night.
Well,
but that's just my personal thought.
You have to appreciate the Panthers and Canes series. You have to appreciate defensive hockey. They're both big defensive hockey playing teams. They have good goaltending. They don't let a lot of greasy goals in. And if you like defensive hockey, this is the series for you. It's probably going to be low scoring. It's probably going to be gritty. It's probably going to be a lot of shots without a lot of scoring. And if that's what you're into, that's what you like. You're a D-man now. You're a former D-man. You just like defensive fucking hockey. This is the series for you. As much as I like to watch an offensive powerhouse go at a defensive team, I don't want to watch two defensive teams play each other. And
that's when you go to 4 OT. That's like what happens.
And yeah, exactly. And so fine, cool, whatever. This matchup is fun and exciting, and like it's different teams. It's all Southern hockey throughout the playoffs now. Awesome. Will this series get better? Yes, but like I was bored last night. I don't think it's going to be like that the entire series, but like for a game one to go into quadruple overtime is insanity. That being said, I just have to throw out Sebastian Aho's supremacy and series predictions, Haley.
Okay. I think they're going to keep it within each other. I think it's going to go 1-1-1. 2-1-2, keep catching up. I don't think anyone's going to run away with it. I'm hoping that the Panthers don't run away with it. So I know you have to understand that is an implicit bias in my prediction. I'm going to go Canes 4-3.
I'm going
I think they're going to run it all the way to a
6.
game 7. Panthers in 6. I'm going to go Canes in 7.
I'm saying Panthers in 6. All right, mark it down. That's our prediction. Quickly gonna talk about the Stars and Night series just because game 1 is tonight, so we don't have a ton to say. Texas hockey's fucking sick. Haley, I'm laying the gauntlet down for 2 reasons. I'll talk about another one in a second. 1, I know that this is a Vegas podcast, but we also love Texas hockey. I need you to lay your allegiance now. No gray area, no line riding. Who are you riding and dying with?
So I did write Vegas, Vegas, Vegas in all caps. I'm excited to see them get this far because I'm not apologetically a Vegas stan. Sorry, not sorry. I am going to pledge my allegiance to Dallas. Because I have fallen in love with Texas hockey fans in particular, the content so good. I don't know. I also just think that there's probably the best goalie left, in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
I really like their chances to honestly win the whole thing if they can make it past the Knights. I think the Dallas team we're obviously a Pavelski podcast, so we're riding with that as well. But I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like Dallas, though. I kind of want them to win it all. I'm really liking this. They're really fun to watch. I love this team.
Jake hasn't had a good
Postseason. He has not
Yeah,
had a good. Has not
he
had a good
hasn't,
postseason.
but I know what he's capable of, and I think that can be really dangerous, especially
I
if he can
agree.
kind of lock into like the pressure and roll with it. I think Joe Pavelski deserves a cup more than anybody that's still playing in the NHL right now. And if you don't love cowboy boots, booty shorts, and blonde hair with a Tyler Seguin jersey, you don't like hockey, or you don't like sexy. I don't know, one of the two. So I'm rolling
cowboy
with Texas hockey.
hats in the rink.
Yes. And when they sing the Star Spangled Banner, whenever they say stars, they all scream it. It's just fucking unreal.
Magical.
Yeah.
Magical.
Also, I really like that green. I love Kelly green.
I do too. I'm repping my green today. Green's my favorite color. Like, I love that.
Plus, I have to ask you, I know that you love Vegas, but Bruce Cassidy is their head coach. So I feel like that's a little awkward. And, I do think that the Bruins are in a better situation now as a team than when Bruce Cassidy was there because of development. And there seem to be some player issues and involvement with him. But, isn't that awkward?
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's bad. It's kind of like a death. Like, I feel like enough time has gone by where like I'm over it. There was a period of time where, especially, I feel like Boston fans that weren't as aware of what was going on in the locker room and behind the scenes, it kind of came out of nowhere, and it was just like, this is kind of shitty. But honestly, I'm like, it's the same way I feel about Doc Rivers. Like, they're coaching a different team now. Good for them. But
Doc Rivers isn't coaching anybody right now.
Doc Rivers is coaching no teams right now. But
that being said, because Bruce Cassidy is in the postseason, do you think that he won the breakup or no?
Oh, that's a good question.
So they pay me the big bucks.
I'm gonna say no, and I think that's a pageant answer, trying to please everybody. I'm gonna say no because I think that we had such, obviously, but if you take out the postseason, we had such a momentous season as a Bruins organization, and I think that obviously whatever issues were going on with the players and coaching staff seemed to work themselves out, and they really showed up and showed out in the regular season. That being said, like, if you're one of those people that's like, it's all about playoffs, it's all about the cup, then I would think that you would argue that he won the breakup. But I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I think that they both won the breakup, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's like
I
much
agree.
of a cop-out as that sounds.
Win-win. No, I agree.
But if he wins a cup, he wins the breakup. It's kind of like the Brady-Bill breakup. Like, Bill lost. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
My last thought before we make some serious predictions, I think that the biggest difference maker in this series is going to be Roope Hintz. He is on a fucking heater of goal scoring right now, and I think that if he can ride that wave and they can continue to ride his hot hand, that's like a punched-in ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals. He's my difference maker. That might not be a hot take for some. I think that Jake Ottinger, obviously, like we said, is someone that what he's capable of. But if he's playing the way that he's played throughout the series, he was pulled twice in the last round. Like, he is an incredible talent, but I think that he's just too far in his own head. So I'm going to go with Roope. Series predictions.
I am going to go optimistic here, and I'm going to say Dallas in 5.
Wow.
I think that it's gonna be. I'm gonna go Dallas in 6. You made me second guess myself. I'm gonna go Dallas in 6. I think that it's gonna be a very physical series. I think they're gonna be up against the boards a lot. I think it's gonna be they're gonna be on it, both of them. And I think that they've both been in this playoff situation before, and they both want it really bad. Obviously, as any team does, but I really want the Stars to win. So I'm optimistically going Stars in 6. Final answer.
I say Stars in 7.
Okay, so we're swapped. So the last series, I said in 7. You said in 6.
Yeah.
This one.
Yep.
6, 7. Cool.
Yep. So 2 games left in the NBA season. Well, 2 games, I should say, 2 teams left in the NBA season before we get to a final situation. We'll talk about the Celtics first. The games tonight. So if you're listening to this, if we got anything wrong, as always, no the fuck we did not. Vibe check, Haley. Celtics vibe check. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. Game 2, obviously coming off a game 1 loss to Jimmy Buckets. And again, I find myself sitting here with my wonderful co-hosts talking about the fact that we had terrible timeout management last game. And I just think like that whole third quarter fiasco. And again, we're going up again, Coach Eric, my boy, the man who hasn't aged since like 2008, literally looks the exact same as when I was a kid watching him coach. Like, I think it really shows that veteran coach versus first postseason coaching difference, right? Like the difference between how they operate. And so I don't know. I feel good. I think that they're going to be able to I think they're going to take the time to learn what they messed up game 1, come back. I think Tatum needs to figure out his funk right now because he didn't have a great game either, which is really frustrating because I know, again, like we were just talking about, when a player that you know is capable of so much more, like I know he's capable of performing well in the postseason, and it's really frustrating when he gets in his head and you can obviously see that it's just not clicking. So I remain positive. I think game 2 is a must win. I think we have to win tonight. So I'm going out to the bars after this, and hopefully I'll be drinking in celebration and not out of misery.
So I do agree with your point in the difference between experience and coaching. And I think that I have a strong opinion about this. If the Celtics didn't have the postseason experience that they do with the talent that they have, like they've all been in this situation before. And Joe was like, if they had a younger team that had zero experience or a lot of younger stars who didn't have the postseason like under their belt, I think that they would not be here and they would be absolutely fucked.
Yeah, I think that's completely fair, honestly.
I'm a little worried. Like the Heat have zero reason to be where they're at. Jimmy Butler in the postseason is fucking unreal. Kyle Lowry's like resurged from almost retirement to have a series. Tyler Hero's been hurt, so they don't even have him contributing. And I don't know what it is, but it feels like they're a team of destiny at this point. Like I said, I do love when teams in Boston are good as opposed to bad because I want to party. I want to have a good time. There's a different feeling. There's a different magic in the city when the teams are good. It's a lot more fun and there's more events and there's more people. And it's just, I enjoy that, especially this time of year when it's nice out. But it feels off. And you have that game 2 is a must win. So my question is, why do you feel like game 2 is a must win other than the fact that they're about to go on the road?
I just think it's a matter of, like you said, the magic in the city. I think their ability to win at home is essential. I think they need to be able to get that magic back in T. Obviously, I think that was a huge momentum in game 7. And I don't know, I'm biased because I'm a Boston fan, but it's just, I want them to win at home. Like a home game should be an easy win. And yes, like your point, Miami is playing really well now. Jimmy Butler is honestly one of my favorite players in the NBA right now to watch play the game of basketball. He's so dynamic in the way that he's able to just get shots in and then also create these defensive plays that you just forget he's on the court for a second. And then all of a sudden he turns the ball over for the other team. So I don't know. I think that it's a must win because I think the momentum needs to go in favor of Boston. And if they lose tonight, and then go into Miami, I think that they have the wind going against them, especially if they start getting in their heads about, especially Jason, like if he starts getting into another funk like last series, it was almost like once he started not making those shots, it was just a constant problem for like the next 19 shots.
Yeah. All right, series predictions.
I'm going to go Celtics in 6.
I am going Heat in 6.
Heard. Yeah. That's honestly, I would expect nothing less from you.
Yeah, sorry, but we'll see. The Lakers Nuggets series went up Nuggets 2-0 last night. I wanted to talk about like everyone is at the moment. The fucking LeBron whiff was wild. And it's like, you're LeBron James. You can dunk if you want. Everyone knows you can dunk. I don't know. It felt silly. It's an absolute meme. It's LeBron though. So how much of a meme could it really be? Like, he's LeBron. It doesn't really like, sure, it's probably like gets way more traction when he fucks up than when anybody else fucks up, but it just happens so little that I feel like it catches way more steam.
Yeah, I heard this take this morning and I completely agree that it was the first time in a long time that he looked old. Like when he was playing. And I think that's a really good way to put it because he didn't play well, obviously, but there was something about it that was like this young, fast Denver team in the postseason. I just don't think he was ready for, or maybe he was, but I don't know. It was rough. It was honestly kind of hard to watch.
I do like the adjustments that Denver made. It seemed like they tried to slow the pace of play down, or sorry, the Lakers made. It seemed like they tried to like slow the pace of play down. They wanted to obviously like slow Jokic down, make him. The thing is it doesn't really matter if you want to try and slow him down and make him shoot from three, or if you want to make him get points in the paint. Like, it doesn't really matter. He's the best player in the world right now, if you ask me. And it's just like, yeah, I think that that's a better strategy for their game. And he had 0 points in the fourth quarter last night, but it just didn't even matter. And I don't know if, like you said, it's because LeBron is feeling like he's older for the first time in this series, or if it's a coaching thing. I don't think it's either of those things personally. I just think that despite Jokic's fourth quarter, he's just running the show by himself. And yeah, Jamal Murray had a good game, which you want to talk about some of his stats. He like it just doesn't feel like it matters.
Yeah, I think that Jokic is so important in all facets of the game. Like, he's able to just do so much that it completely changes the dynamic of play. I had in our notes Jamal Murray last night with 37 points. He played incredibly well. I think often it's easy to, especially when it's not your team or it's not your division or your conference even, like, you know, the big stars on the teams, but maybe you don't know some of the
other players. Sorry, my mic probably just cut out. Can you hear me?
Wah.
We love to see it. We are a professional podcast.
We are a professional pod. Hold on.
What happened? Did your headphones just die?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound fine to
great.
me.
Sorry.
There's a
my
little bit of an
AirPod
echo.
just died, and I left my other AirPod with our friends Maureen and Clara. Shout out. They still have not given it back to me, so
Great.
we are riding. No
Hopefully,
AirPod.
there's no echo.
There's no echo.
Hopefully.
No, I mean, you sound a little different, but
Sorry,
I think it's fine. It'll be fine.
But yeah, I was just gonna say, like, Michael Porter Jr. too, like, he didn't put up a ton of points last night, but between the three of them, I thought they played really well. I really like Denver for this series. I think it's kind of like the Lakers went as far as they can go, and
agree.
The end of the road.
I'm still gonna say though, as I ask you your series prediction, we're kind of moving through the playoffs pretty quick, just because there's not any other games going on. I will never count LeBron out. So that being said, I am going Nuggets in 6.
I am gonna go Nuggets in 5.
Okay. All right. So the bulk of our show this week, because there's not a ton of NFL news going on, we've decided, in honor of 420 subscribers on YouTube, we are doing our dream blunt rotation and nightmare blunt rotation, but with NFL head coaches, which I think that this is going to get a little insane. So I'm going to take a giant swig of this. We didn't do like a draft or anything, so some of these might overlap. I think
there might be a couple. There's a couple,
crazy.
But for the most part, we kept it. Yeah, we kept it even.
All right, Tyler, who's your first pick and why?
So obviously, if you know me, you know I'm going to pick a sad cat. Dan Campbell's my guy.
Okay, all right. Why is Dan Campbell your guy?
Well, I mean, so the three people I picked, they're just a bunch of dudes, a bunch of guys I feel like I would like to hang out with. talk some ball. And who talks
lists
ball
are so
better
different.
than Dan Campbell?
I think that this is a good pick.
Total meathead.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd be fine. I guarantee he doesn't smoke.
No,
Also,
there's
fun
no
fact.
shot. I think that
There's
he's
no
maybe,
shot. I feel like none of my three smoke, probably.
Here's my thing.
But
I
I'm
think
done
that
with it.
Dan Campbell, like once a year, will eat half of a 5 milligram gummy to like hang
No.
out with his wife or like spice it up, just like,
He
be
probably
silly,
does a lot of CBD.
silly, goofy mood. But here's the
No,
thing.
I bet he does a lot of CBD. Like he's getting a workout in the gym, CBD gummy. Muscle relief.
Delta 8.
Delta 8. He doesn't do actual stuff. He'll do
Is that
the
why he
deltas.
fell over the dog crate
Could
in
be.
Hard Knocks?
Could be.
Imagine being high as shit and watching Dan Campbell eat shit falling over a dog crate for his ankle biters. That would be the highlight of my life. Highlight of my life. Haley, who's your first pick?
Okay, this was actually very difficult for me. I really struggled. Kendra came in like automatically. She knew who she wanted.
This was a very on
that's
the
me.
fly. This was a very on the fly topic.
The
And
very
Kendra just
on the
had it
fly
ready.
segment.
She's been sitting on this topic for a while.
I haven't. I just said we should do a blunt rotation, and Tyler goes NFL coaches, and I was like, you know what? Yeah.
I wanted to include college coaches. I want the record to show.
I think we should just
But
make this.
we can do that at a separate time.
Yeah. All right. Haley?
It's okay, guys. I'll wait. Don't worry. I have Mike Vrabel as my first pick. I know that's kind of preposterous because he is the Titans head coach. However, I just feel like, obviously, Mike Vrabel. We love Mike Vrabel, New England Patriots forever. But I don't know. I feel like he'd be cool vibes. And I hung out with one of the Titans coaches at a bar in Nashville one time, and he was really cool.
I kind of agree, just because if you remember the 2020 draft or the 2021 draft, he just had some random dude, because this was the one where they did it from home. They had the cameras in all the coaches' houses. He just had a man just like Frozone, just casually hanging out in this draft room. And I would like to know what the reason for that was.
I think I would just get too high and his eyes would scare me. They're really intense. He's an intense dude. I feel like he would
that's
geek
NFL
me out.
coaches, though. I feel like you're not going to have an unintense NFL head coach.
Look at my list.
I see your list, and they all seem like fairly intense people. The only not intense NFL head coach,
Tyler.
I'm going to say this. The only non-intense NFL head coach, I think, is Sean McVay.
No. He looks like he drinks creatine for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No, he looks like he drinks rosé.
He looks like someone
breakfast,
that
lunch, and
I
dinner.
would want to hook up with.
Sean McVay?
Ew.
We used to think he's so hot when I was growing up.
I mean,
It
he's
gives
like
Disney adult.
He's like TikTok hot. Sure, I'll give you that. He's not an NFL
Sean
coach.
McVay is TikTok hot. That's fair.
He's not foreign enough
He's not
for me.
NFL head coach hot.
Not foreign.
He doesn't look like he does mushrooms with the lads.
No, he definitely does do mushrooms with the lads. He's never done mushrooms in his life, Sean McVay.
Kendra, your first pick, I also have. So let's talk about it together. You go first.
All right. I don't know how this wasn't everyone's automatic 1-1. Mike McDaniel got caught fucking vaping on the sidelines. He burns. He's funny as fuck. How did you guys not go with this as number one?
That is a good pick.
I didn't put them in order.
He was on my short list for sure. But
he burns.
He didn't fit the vibe I was going for.
If
you look at my list, I went for a specific vibe. He
literally vapes on the sideline.
Yeah, but I went for a specific vibe with my guys. He didn't really fit that vibe.
I would love to vape with Mike McDaniel, and I would love to also have him in my blunt rotation, and I stand by that.
He's probably one of the only ones that would take us up on this.
I think that he recreationally abuses edibles. I don't know that for sure. Don't take that for serious, but
allegedly. Don't sue us, Mike, please.
He gives the vibe. Like he's kind of that dude. I think we should have him on the pod.
That's friend of the show.
Oh my god, I would die.
Mike
I would
McDaniel, friend of
die.
the show. We'll have Mike McDaniel. We'll have Ben DiNucci. That's the real dream blunt rotation.
Oh my god.
Mike McDaniel,
And Josh
Ben
Gordon.
DiNucci, and Josh
Gordon.
That's the dream. That's the SNS blunt rotation.
Yeah, that's honestly, I'm glad if we figured anything out, we figured that out.
Yeah, so open invite, all three of you. Come on the show.
All right, I just gave my second one because mine was also Mike McDaniel.
Tyler's number 2 is terrifying.
My number 2, and this might be a hot take, it might not be. I don't know where you all stand. I think Brian Dabble's the coolest dude in the NFL.
No.
I think he 100% is. Him in those aviator glasses. He just does. He gives like very cool dad energy, I think.
I think the reason that I don't want to smoke weed with Brian Dable is that he looks like he would have terrible taste in munchies. He would want McDonald's and I would not.
I absolutely would. I'm going with Mike to McDonald's or Brian to McDonald's.
No, you DoorDash it, duh. No, I don't know.
We can DoorDash it. That's fine. That's
no,
even better
you need
for us.
to DoorDash.
Brian's a large guy. I'm sure he would encourage Uber.
Did you just fat shame Brian Dable?
I'm also a large guy.
Tyler, you are like 5'8.5".
Okay, relax.
Drag him.
I'm 5'11". I've got bad posture.
Oh man, no, I don't know. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Moving on.
Shout out Brian Dabble. I got your back, Brian.
Coolest dude in the
NFL.
Tyler wants to take you on a date to McDonald's.
We'll go to McDonald's and we'll have a great conversation, me and Brian.
You guys are Waffle House haters though.
Me and Brian?
No, I hate you and Haley.
I like Waffle House. What do you mean?
Haley broke my heart when she didn't like grits.
Grits they're a very specific texture.
It was the first time I tried them. They'll grow on me.
I really also only like grits when they have cheese in them.
I made up for it because the next day I got biscuits and gravy and I loved it.
Biscuits and gravy are good. They are good.
I did have to even out my southern taste buds a little bit because I was embarrassed that I didn't like grits.
Taco Bell and nothing else. All right. Haley, you're number 3.
My number 3.
Your number 3 is Mike McDaniel. You're number 2. Sorry.
My third member. I didn't put them in order. So my third person is Matt LaFleur from the Green Bay Packers. And this was something that Kendra pointed out, and I agree. I think that really rounds out my group as being quite a handsome group of gents.
My issue with your table, way too many names that start with M. Way too many names.
As we discussed on the show,
it would stress me out. I would call somebody the wrong name, and then I would have to leave.
Haley only smokes weed with sexy bitches, aka me and
named with M names.
I'm a Middleton.
Tyler, I think this is coming from you, considering you don't go by your real name. Also, I think that
Andrew Jackson, my favorite president.
It's a rough take.
Exposed him.
It's just you.
I think you're just intimidated by my group, and that's okay. But
my group would beat y'all's in a fight easily.
Group is literally terrifying.
I'm boys with the terrifying guys.
Who's cyberbullying now, bitches?
Nobody's cyberbullying my group.
No,
I'm tough as nails.
My group with no issues, and I'm being
attacked platoon.
I didn't even.
My group is the definition of the salty platoon.
I didn't even get to finish reading my final name, and Tyler's like, "You know what my problem is with your group?"
You definitely read his name.
All right, Tyler, who's your third? Because they're
she hasn't read his name. Apparently,
let
her read his name.
Oh wait, yes, she did.
No, I did.
Oh, you were claiming you didn't.
I said Matt LaFleur, and before I could finish explaining why, you were like,
"Yeah, Tyler, drop the M name."
It's Mike Tomlin.
Wow,
the best M name in the league. Thank you.
He
just seems like a cool guy to hang out with. He's very intense, but he seems like a cool guy to hang out with. If you get to know him, You get on like a friendly basis with him. He seems like a good guy. He's got my back. I got his back, and we'll have a good time, hanging out, talking ball. All my guys, we're just gonna talk ball. Just a bunch of guys.
I think Tyler would take one hit of a joint and die.
I might.
I
I'm not gonna say no.
Just now that I didn't name my second person, so I'm gonna name my 2 and 3 in one go, and nobody can shit on me for these. Pete Carroll and D'Amico Ryans. I have a very balanced
hate the
group.
Pete Carroll pick.
Dude, Pete Carroll definitely burns.
He's gonna be. I don't know if he has time to burn with that gummy smacking.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is, people don't understand that you don't just chew gum for mintiness. It also is a jaw exercise, which keeps you looking young and sexy forever. And Pete Carroll is a sexy old man.
T.
And it helps with anxiety, Tyler. And we're a pro mental health podcast.
Does chewing gum help with anxiety?
Yes.
Maybe I should chew more gum.
Well, maybe you should get on the Pete Carroll grind.
I can't handle that grind.
And D'Amico Ryans is just the coolest human alive.
I like that pick. I like that
answer.
Do you think Pete Carroll pays for his own chewing gum?
I think he has a brand deal.
Do you think it's an expense? Do you think it's an expense by the Seahawks?
I thought the Water Boys probably have some, right?
Oh, I guarantee, yeah.
So he would.
We used to carry at JMU. We used to carry like a box of like snacks for our coach because he would ask for snacks all the time. So we started carrying
like his budget or your budget.
I didn't pay for it. God knows that.
So then the team probably paid for it.
Probably.
It's also funny to me that some of us have people on our dream blunt rotation and other people have them on their nightmare. So Haley has Mike Tomlin as her number 2 nightmare.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just go through our nightmares, just the 3 people that you picked and why.
Well, then you go first.
All right. So Ron Rivera, Mike Tomlin, and Pete Carroll is my nightmare blunt rotation. Ron Rivera, I think would just the transition glasses would kind of like freak me out a little bit. Mike Tomlin, if we're gonna talk about like crazy eyes, like we're not gonna say that like
crazy eyes McGee.
So it's the eyes that freak you out.
It's
the transition glasses. It's also his eyes. You're not a big eyes fan.
No, that's not what I'm saying. In this context, we're talking about our dream and negative blunt rotation. I'm saying that Mike Tomlin, when he smokes and he gets red eyes, it's probably going to be a very frightening situation, and I'm scared.
That's fair.
And then Pete Carroll because of the gum chewing.
Tyler.
That's fair. I also had Pete Carroll also because of the gum chewing, primarily. I had Sean McVay on there. I already kind of expressed my feelings about Sean. I just don't think he would be as fun to hang out with as my top 3 boys. But I also got Mike McCarthy for no real reason other than I kind of just don't feel like hanging out with Mike McCarthy.
I also have Mike McCarthy, but because like Tyler would say, I think he's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
He is a fraud. He doesn't deserve a Super Bowl
I just don't
ring.
know if I want to hang out with Mike. He doesn't seem like a guy I would like to hang out with.
No, I don't want to hang out with Mike McCarthy ever at all. So he's on
apparently, so fun fact, his brother coached Ben DiNucci in high school, allegedly.
Oh, how is that
alleged?
That's
kind of why he wound up with, because I don't know for sure. It's just hearsay. But
okay.
That's the reason why I was told he was drafted by the Cowboys a couple years ago.
So I also have Mike McCarthy because I already said that shit. I'm on my second beverage for sure. I have Andy Reid because I think that he looks like Don Carlton from Monsters Inc. University, this guy, and I just wouldn't be able to.
Oh, that's amazing. I've never heard that comparison. That's a great comparison.
Oh my god!
He is a walking walrus. He looks like a walrus.
I always like to imagine him as Violet from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when she blows up to a blueberry, but like
she turns into
the red.
She turns into Andy Reid.
Yeah, if he just like that would be Andy Reid.
So I just don't think that I would be able to see him as anybody other than Don Carlton because he even acts like that guy. If you've ever seen Monsters University,
love that guy.
I also love that you gave me so much shit for robots, and now you're bringing up Monsters University.
It's an underrated Disney movie. Underrated.
Deep references too. Full name.
Yeah, you know his whole name, his government name. You know his government name.
His legal name, his government name.
But you didn't know Ewan McGregor.
You know what? Suck my ass because you're no good or better than everybody else. Yeah, and then obviously number one, and I don't know why neither of you had this. Bill Belichick would be I would smoke weed with all 31 other NFL coaches at the same fucking time before I would hit one joint with Bill Belichick because he would scare the absolute fucking shit out of me because he would either be silent and stare at me and judge me or he would bully the fuck out of me. And I can't have either of those things while I'm high as fuck. So sorry, Patriots fans. I'm not sorry. Bill Belichick doesn't burn.
He doesn't strike me as a bully, though.
No, but like
he definitely is like.
Have you ever watched him interact with the media?
Yeah, he just doesn't seem like he wants to be there. I respect him for that.
And he doesn't want to smoke weed either. And you know who is the media? Me.
True.
Fair.
You invented the media.
We invented the media.
I invented the media. Okay.
Oh my god. All right.
Speaking of the Patriots, my tea party that I alluded to earlier is, as we start to round out the show, as we say here, Robert Kraft spilled the beans at the FIFA press conference yesterday. He was not supposed to say how many games that they were getting or anticipating. And not only did he say that we were getting a minimum of 6 games, he believes that it is probably going to be 8, if not 10. So, SaturdaysNSeltzers exclusive. I don't think I'm supposed to say that. Might have been on TV. I don't know. He said it to a room full of people and then realized he wasn't supposed to say it. So, if you love soccer, which this podcast does, come to Boston in 2026. We'll see you here for at least 6 games.
Yeah,
probably 8.
Sure.
Anybody else have a tea party?
I got nothing, girlfriend. Vanderpump Rules reunion next Wednesday. It's gonna be crazy. I'm ready.
Tweets of the week. I don't think you guys have any. Did you guys not have any crazy shit going on this week?
I got nothing on Twitter going on this week, really.
I never have anything going on. I'm the most boring person on the planet.
My DMs have been so fucking unhinged. It's unbelievable. I'm trying to find the screen recording of something someone sent me the other day. I think I posted it on my Snapchat story. Yeah, I did. Okay. Someone this was on Hinge, actually, because like I said, back in the dating game, if you're on Raya or Hinge, sup.
Watch out.
But I will send this to Tyler so that he can insert it into... Actually, I'm going to do this now before I forget. Tyler, this is for the show, so somebody can see what this says. Because there's no way this is a real account. The first picture is of an old man sitting in a wheelchair. And the first prompt says, I go crazy for women wearing garter belt, vintage seam stocking, crotchless panty, self bra, high heels with makeup. 56 man straight 61. Second picture, same picture of him in a wheelchair. Third picture, and like his Snapchat Bitmoji thing. Second prompt, I'll fall for you if you wear a garter belt, vintage seam stockings, crotchless panties, shelf bra, and high heels with makeup. Fourth photo, a selfie of him with some scary character in the back, and it's World of Warcraft. I can read, and you can see up this guy's nose. Third prompt, what if I told you that I love a woman wearing garter belt, vintage seam stockings, crotchless panties, shelf bra, and high heels with makeup. And then a photo that is definitely not him, and it's another dude that looks like him at the bottom.
Wow.
So that was one of my DMs. And
so
then
question, real quick, before you get into the other part.
Yep.
Is it pronounced Garter or is it Gartier?
Garter.
I always said Gartier. Okay, that's good to know. I thought it was like fancy.
Like the diamonds?
Yeah.
That's good.
A
Yeah.
Cartier garter.
Cartier
I thought it was like Gardier.
And then the other DM I want to talk about just says, hey, love your posts. And then it's a guy with a pair of Ray-Bans, and you can see the woman in the back taking the selfie of the Ray-Bans. And that's
good.
all it says. So yeah, that's all I got there. Any thoughts on that before I read Tyler's horoscope?
Nope.
Tyler's horoscope.
My tweet of the week was when you tweeted about me being late, because it's very true.
Yeah, Haley's the latest person I know. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
True.
So Tyler, you're the only horoscope that auto-populates for me today.
I usually
And it says, you and Tyler in the office. Tyler curses all day at their inbox. You play music from your computer, and
Awesome.
Tyler reheats fish in the microwave.
Wow, that sounds like something Tyler would do.
I did no. I'm aware. I know not to do that in the office. I also not a leftover fish guy. If I am anything in this life, not a leftover fish guy.
If you're anything in this life, it's not a leftover fish guy.
No,
That's
I
the one thing
refuse
you
to
would pick.
eat. I refuse to eat leftover fish. If like sushi, anything, I will not eat leftover fish.
All right.
Our horoscope says that I should act as if I am on the chiropractor's table, snap, adjust, and improve, and give you a virtual tour of a museum.
Awesome. So sick.
Yeah.
Happy new moon in Taurus. This is my closing thought to everyone. If this is Saturday that you're listening to this, don't forget to manifest. I don't care if I'm being a star girly. This is the luckiest new moon of the year, especially if you have Taurus placements like Haley and I. So I'm being a star thought. Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. I hope everybody has a great week, sending lots of good energy and good vibes your way. We got this. We're almost to the summer. And yeah, just have a great week. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Just totally leave a comment.
Leave
Hopefully
a comment.
Like a nice comment. Leave us a nice comment.
No cyberbullying.
Yeah, Tyler, is that your closing thought?
Rest in peace, Jim Brown, and potentially the ACC.
Yes. Wow. Good closing thought. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Keep on sipping, y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, friends.